There are
worst person to bring up today.
I want you guys to just realize there are no heroes. There are no heroes. The only heroes is fucking Captain America, and even Captain America himself, Steve Rogers, let his homie be in the dark about the fact that his other homie killed his homie's mom.
Yeah.
So even Steve Rogers is a bitch ass motherfucker. There are no heroes. Yeah. I'm looking through the files and I'm seeing Chomsky in there.
The
I'm
heroes
ready
are
to
dead.
burn
The heroes
my
are
fucking
they're
shit.
dead.
Like
they
there are
died.
no fucking heroes. None.
They're the ones who died too soon. You know what I mean? They're not a lot. They weren't around to fuck up. You know, if you want to consider like, you know, Che Guevara or you know, Lenin or something like that, then that's fine. And they had fuck ups in their lifetimes as well.
They did some of the horrible things.
But they're not around. They're not alive to you know, hang out with Jeffrey Epstein. People are saying Charlie Kirk.
Fred Hampton is a great example of a goddamn hero.
Yeah.
Fred Hampton is a hero. X is a hero. King is a hero. A lot of these people are great examples of heroes. But right now, like I looked in those files, man, and I looked through all the files, and it's just we talked about it on Higher Learning. It was very funny that people thought that, you know, you were going to see Bill Clinton in the files. So go, oh my God, not President Clinton. Fuck out of here. But like seeing Chomsky in there was just like, oh my God, man. Like it was just fucking tough. You know, the some of the work that set me on the path, you know, it was just fucking tough. But I want to say something, like, to me, it's very funny. I want you guys to think about how little your government thinks of you. Your government thinks that they can distract you from child grape. I know you're not supposed to say that word. Your government thinks
you don't. You could say child rape.
Yeah, child rape. Your government thinks
you're
that there's
45 years old, man.
I appreciate it. Your government,
we don't do that here.
Your government thinks that there's something that they can do that would distract you from children being raped. Think about how little they think of you. If you walked into a room right now, if you walked into a house and you heard something happening to a kid in the back room, what could happen in the front room to distract you from that? Nothing. There's nothing that can happen. It don't matter how good the food was, what was on TV, what Bernard was doing. It doesn't matter. Anything that could happen, nothing could defend. But they think they can distract you.
Well, you have to also remember, like, a lot of the people were also participating in it. They were partaking.
Absolutely.
So then you know, they weren't. They didn't give a fuck that it was happening because they were there for that. There's email correspondence between Prince Andrew that came out. Formerly Prince Andrew. Now he's just like nigga Andrew now. He's just a regular dude now.
He's just like Andrew from the up the street.
Yeah. Lord Mountbatten.
Yeah.
And he was literally sending emails to Ghislaine Maxwell being like, oh, I need something to distract my mind. Like, do you have any inappropriate friends? Like, he was just straight up saying, like, can you find me some minors to rape?
Absolutely.
Like, how do you fucking, like, at no point do you just turn around and go like, this is fucked up. Like, this is what I don't understand. If you are that evil, how is it that at no point in your life do you turn around and go, this is, maybe this is a little fucked up. Maybe I shouldn't write this. What am I doing?
Part of the pathology here is that they're doing it, but they're also getting off on the fact that they could do it.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to us. And when you look at the litany of things that were thrown at the American people in the last 2 or 3 weeks to try to distract them from a deep, I believe, intelligence operation, but also, for sure, a child pedophilia ring, right? They tried to use plaques in the White House and checks to the troops and Trump taking over the Kennedy Center and Susie Wiles in, what was it, Vanity Fair, or just Cash Patel. So much news, flooding the zone so much, thinking that there is something that they can put in front of you that will make you forget about the fact that the richest, most powerful people in the world were raping children.
Yeah.
And like, they really think that you're dumb or that they have captured you to that degree. It's profound.
No, absolutely. But you want to know the saddest part about it is that
What?
it does kind of work on people.
It kind of works on some
Yeah,
people.
it
That's
does.
tough.
Also, it's almost like it's the same principle behind like when people just like forget about every awful thing that is currently happening because they're like, oh man, well, I just got to worry about making money today.
That's true.
That's how it works. Where a lot of people will then go back to, there's nothing I can do about all this stuff. It sucks, but I also have to survive. I have to survive, and the modicum, like the small amount of time that I have to myself, where I can feel like a human being, I'm just gonna drink some alcohol. I'm gonna go, watch some TikToks, and poison my brain. I don't want to like constantly have to think about it, and that is how capitalism works.
Yeah, it works by bogging you down,
Yeah.
and putting your survival right in front of you, and then making you say, "Hey," and then also, it's so funny. They were like, Trump came out with this. You saw he wanted to do literally the Hunger Games, right?
Yeah.
But you're already
Fucking
in the
crazy.
Hunger. You're already in the Hunger Games. They already have you believing that you're competing for resources that aren't abundant, and so whatever you get, somebody else doesn't. You're in the Hunger Games right now.
Yeah. Oh, did you see this? Speaking of which, Prem from Zateo says, "Okay, team, we have to delay more Epstein files again. We'll announce on Christmas Eve. Let's try to get through this news cycle quietly." And then Trump does this.
Good. I'm fine. You sound so beautiful and cute. How old are you?
I'm 8.
Wow, so smart. You sound.
The fucking shit. What with
Wow. I'm 8. Wow.
what timeline are we in, bro? What the fuck is going on?
It's just I get what he was trying to do. I
understand it too, but look at him.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We don't even talk about the Trump fall off, man. This is Hakeem Olajuwon with the Raptors. He don't even have it no
they
more.
did this because like one of his best moments from Trump 1 was when he was like, "Do you still believe in Santa Claus?" At the age of 12, I feel like it's, and that was like a really funny moment because he was on it. It's marginal at that point, right? At 7, it's marginal. And I think they did that so that they could just get him back on, the good graces of all these people. And they don't realize that there's too much stink on him now.
Yeah. Do you think that the prospect of a mutiny on the right is real? Do you think that they'll start looking to put Trump out to pasture, particularly if things go bad next year?
They tried to do that. They tried to do that with Ron DeSantis, but the establishment flank tried to do that. And I don't think Trump is going to get outcasted by the old money Republicans. I think if there's someone that could potentially, maybe many years down the line, push him out, it would have to be like a Tucker Carlson. It would have to be someone who can like speak the same language, who's telegenic, who can hold the coalition together, but then also will tell the establishment Republicans and the big institutional donors that he's not a volatile figure in the same way Trump is, while simultaneously still giving that on-camera presence that is necessary to make sure that the base is still on board. So I don't think that anyone like JD Vance would never be able to like shank Trump. He doesn't have any charisma.
Yeah, he doesn't have any charisma. Also, JD Vance has got a real problem on his hands. The Gorpers are a problem for him.
Yeah. Well, he's trying so hard
to not like directly. Like he's
trying to farm him. He's trying to be like, oh yeah,
he can't.
He can't. His wife is Indian.
Yeah, his wife is Indian. He's over. It's
Yeah.
done. Like he told Nick Fuentes to eat shit, and Nick Fuentes turned it on him.
Yeah,
so
and
crazy.
said, yeah, I'm gonna eat your wife's cuisine or something.
Yeah,
like that's what he
so,
said.
And that is what the limit of Jay is. You ever watch Gremlins?
No. I have not watched Gremlins. Is that fucked up? What is it? What's Gremlins? Remember, I grew up in Turkey.
So the original Gremlins movie with Gizmo, you ain't never seen that shit.
No.
Where? So like, okay, so real quick. So if
I'm looking it up.
Look up Gremlins. So the original Gremlins joint, like Gremlins, not this, whoever this motherfucker is with a Z.
Is it with a Z or
it's
with
an
an
S?
Oh, okay.
It's Gremlins with an S. So the Gremlins, that's Gizmo right there. You've never seen Gizmo before. You don't know who Gizmo is.
I have seen the little toys. Yeah, I've seen them. They're like little creepy toys, right? I don't know.
They're not a creepy toy. It's a Mogwai.
Okay, I don't. Why aren't they showing the little gremlins?
So that's go. So just go to the.
Howie Mandela's Gizmo.
Yeah, he does the voice of Gizmo.
Okay.
So that's Gizmo. That's Gizmo right there.
Uh-huh.
So Gizmo is a cute Mogwai. He's virtuous.
Uh-huh.
But there are rules to get to the Gremlins. There are a couple of rules. One, you don't feed the Gremlins after midnight. Right? Another rule is you don't let them get wet. If you the Mogwai. Okay, so if you feed this Mogwai after midnight, they turn to Gremlins become gremlins. You can't feed them after midnight.
Okay.
They make more Mogwai if they get wet, and it's very hard to watch because the gremlins pop out of the fucking Mogwais pop out of Gizmo's back.
Mm-hmm.
The Groypers are gremlins. The Republicans created the gremlins. They fed this group after midnight. Their version of the world, they're playing with, they're whispering about white supremacy, heritage Americans.
Oh, yeah.
They're whispers. Gizmo is a whisper. The Gremlins speak loud. They got they got their own culture. They've been around there. They're green. They're going crazy. Like the Republicans, they thought that they could control, you'll like this term, the height of the flame. Mm-hmm. You know what that's right. Control the height of the flame with their racism, their misogyny, their all of that stuff, but they couldn't. They seeded a whole bunch of babies that are more, at least outwardly, grotesque and aggressive than they are. And now it's after midnight, the Gremlins then ate, and there's nothing you can fucking do about it.
I don't know why they ever thought that they could like keep it at bay. That's why it's always funny when it's like Vivek or even Ben Shapiro now that's like complaining about like anti-Semitism. It's like, why would you think that the very same racialized language that you utilize for everybody but Jewish people would not inevitably turn on you? Because for these guys, they're tokens. And Vivek Ramaswamy and all these other people, like, they're tokens. As long as they still reinforce white supremacy, they're fine. But the moment they actually feel threatened by the Republicans and even call it out is a moment where all of these people are going to turn around and say, you're done. Mm-hmm. If you continue saying there's no racism, what are you guys talking about? You're fine, right? In the face of anti-Indian sentiment, if you turn around and say, oh, it's being overblown, you're fine. But the moment that you actually call it out, they will cut you out. And those very same forces will then turn to the likes of the Nick Fuenteses of the world. And that's precisely what's going on right now with the Republican Party.
Vivek Ramaswamy is a weakling. Ben Shapiro can suck my dick, and let me tell you why.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, Ben Shapiro, beyond any issues that I have with Ben Shapiro or anything that he's doing recently, I tweet this over and over and over again. I've talked to everyone about this. Ben Shapiro gave his thoughts on the Trayvon Martin trial on Trayvon Martin's birthday. So listen, you guys understand what that is. So like when Ben Shapiro is talking about this, everybody else is going, Trayvon Martin would have been alive. Trayvon Martin would have been alive. And we're talking about the fact that Trayvon Martin was a teenager walking in his own neighborhood who was profiled and stopped.
Also, you have to remember, there are people who are now too young to know who Trayvon Martin is, which is kind of crazy to think about.
It's so Trayvon Martin's walking in his neighborhood. He's profiled by a guy that he's stopped. The guy's name is George Zimmerman, who was acting in the capacity of some sort of neighborhood watch. Mm-hmm. An altercation takes place. George Zimmerman starts getting his ass kicked. He kills Trayvon Martin, right?
Yeah.
George Zimmerman provoked, followed, and initiated a confrontation between him and Trayvon Martin that ended up taking Trayvon Martin's life. The stand your ground law and all of these things, it was litigated in the courtroom. It was also litigated culturally, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the baseline of decency here. The baseline of decency here is to understand that a black teenage male was killed for no reason. No reason. And if you respected discourse, your fellow man, and your community, what you wouldn't do was taunt people over that. If you respected the way that we should talk to one another, and if you respected people that are in pain, you would not taunt them. Ben Shapiro would taunt black people on Trayvon Martin's birthday.
Yeah.
So
George Zimmerman did it too. He literally started selling Skittles. He would sign Skittles bags. He sold his gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin. He auctioned it. And the same goes for and the same goes for like the culture that surrounded it. It's so disgusting. Trayvon Martin had gone to the grocery store to get a bag of Skittles, and he was walking back home with his hoodie up, and that was a just cause for many Americans that advocated for George Zimmerman at the time. It became this like major cultural flashpoint.
And so, to me, why don't you, like the Republicans, the movement that you're calling so grotesque right now, these are your kids. Go put your arms around them. Go do whatever it is the fuck you got to do. I stand back and watch all of this stuff going on. But see this ugliness and nastiness?
Yeah, Trayvon Martin would have turned 21 today if he hadn't taken a man's head and beaten it to the pavement before getting shot.
If you want to have a conversation about the bullshit, whatever you did, shout out Merrill, man. Merrill's all, you can always depend on Merrill.
Merrill.
But that's on his birthday while we are in pain. And like, to me, so all the talk about decency and all of that stuff, like, I'm not saying you get held to account for one thing you did one time, all of that. What I'm saying is Ben Shapiro has to contend with the fact that the movement that he's fighting are the gremlins that he poured water on and fed after midnight. So deal with them. Go clean them up, just like they did in that movie that you ain't never seen. I can't believe you ain't never seen that.
Yeah. No, they birthed his demon. So here's Cam Caskey, who has something to say. He's a Hasan head. He's running for office now in New York 12th Congressional District. Yeah, he was one of the Parkland kids. And this is true. Truly remarkable how many conservatives push great replacement theory, but replace the Jews with the left and are just shocked by the rampant anti-Semitism from the base. Nick Fuentes went on Tucker Carlson's show, and he straight up told Tucker Carlson that he learned about the great replacement from Mark Levin. Mark Levin is a conservative, ultra-Zionist Jewish man on Fox News.
Yeah.
And he was trafficking in the great replacement theories and conspiracies, which famously was posterized by the Nazis initially.
Right.
And who was doing the great replacement in the eyes of the Nazis? The Jews. The Jews were doing the great replacement. So it was always very shocking to me. Even Candace Owens, who now is obviously one of the most dominant right-wing forces in the country. Candace Owens used to be woke. Candace Owens successfully sued the Connecticut Board of Education when she was in high school for being victim to anti-black racism that caused her to get a eating disorder, all this stuff. Candace Owens, who had a website in 2016 shitting on Donald Trump, was plucked by David Horowitz. David Horowitz is a very famous Islamophobe. David Horowitz used to be a Trotskyist, and then he became this incredible neocon, also conservative, a Jewish man that was a profoundly influential figure in the neocon modern right-wing movement that justified all the wars that America engaged in the global war on terror. Candace Owens got a career because of Ben Shapiro and David Horowitz and Charlie Kirk. And it's crazy that she went from that, and she was anti-Semitic throughout the entire process as well, but they didn't care because she was still pro-Israel. The moment that she turned on Israel and started saying anti-Israel shit, they dropped her. But they created this demon to begin with.
For sure.
Like, why would you not think that your chickens would never come home to roost is my question always.
That the people that you created inside of that movement would not eventually challenge you.
Yeah, they would not eventually say, maybe you're not a part of the equation.
Right.
And especially if you're Jewish, it's like, historically, it's at the heart of every conspiracy. Every conspiracy, if you go far enough down the rabbit hole, it always goes back to, the Jews are responsible.
The laziest, most direct form of who can we blame for all of this and put the world's problems on. And to think that these people would never get back to that point at some time, it defies logic to me.
Yeah, and it was an inevitability that at some point it would turn on Jewish people, and we're there. I think we're at the precipice of that turn taking place now. I don't know if
how do we protect our Jewish brothers and sisters? We have to.
I mean, I think there's a point to be made about our Jewish brothers and sisters. Also, I mean, there's plenty of Jewish brothers and sisters in this community that are loud and proud and anti-Zionist. But so many of the cultural institutions that masquerade as Jewish advocacy organizations unironically do a big amount of damage that lean into anti-Semitic narratives by presenting themselves as, first and foremost, pro-Israel groups. I think a lot of people need to realize that it's done. You can't
conflate anti-Israel, anti-Zionism, and anti-Semitism anymore.
Jonathan Greenblatt spent the last 2 years as the head of the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. I call it the Apartheid Defense League. Jonathan Greenblatt spent the last 2 years, every time he's on television, talking about how I'm anti-Semitic. I'm the number one anti-Semite in America. I'm fomenting anti-Semitism.
Did you make the list?
Oh yeah, I lost to Candace Owens last year, and wild. I wasn't. You don't get a second mention apparently. But I think Tucker won this year. But my point is, like, the reason why Jonathan Greenblatt was doing it is because he knows Nick Fuentes can't convince his Jewish nieces and nephews to become anti-Zionist. But he knows because I'm not anti-Semitic and because I fight against anti-Semitism, but I'm uncompromising as an anti-Zionist. Oh, Miss Rachel won? Oh, shit. I thought Tucker Carlson won this year. Miss Rachel's even stupider. God damn.
Her winning is stupider, not her. We like.
Yeah. Oh, I love Miss Rachel. Yeah. She's my goat. She's my queen. But I thought Tucker won. But maybe I'm wrong. It's even dumber to say Miss Rachel is the number one anti-Semite. But my point is, if your goal was, if you were careless about actually. If you were careless about actually combating anti-Semitism and your first and foremost, your primary goal was to defend Israel, yeah, you go against someone who is a loud advocate against Israel. And you continue this careless conflation, this dangerous conflation that anyone who speaks out against Israel is a vicious anti-Semite. And especially people like, Hasan Piker, who have spent their entire professional advocacy, professional media career combating anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then he defended, ADL also defended Elon Musk doing the Sig Heil.
Yeah.
All that stuff. And they basically diluted the whole concept of being against Jewish people. So they taught so many Americans who were not invested in Zionism at all the idea that no, Jews do only care about Israel first and foremost. So combating that and tackling that is going to be very difficult, but it requires very loud anti-Zionist Jewish voices as well in media. And it requires a shit ton of marketing as well. But in the absence of all these advocacy organizations dropping this shit, because they are the ones who literally will say anti-Zionist Jews are anti-Semitic, it's going to be impossible.
Yeah.
How do you teach a dude from Idaho who's never met a Jewish person now in this day and age that the idea that Israel is supposed to be a Jewish ethno state is a silly concept that most Jews don't agree with? You can't.
You know what's funny? It's not funny. It's interesting. So there are a couple of people that, whenever we are critical of Israel, critical of the genocide in Gaza, they're will reach out to me in my DMs and stuff like that. And, there'll be Jewish brothers and sisters that listen to the podcast. And you know what I'll do? I do this to a lot of people. This is so stupid. Don't do this if you have a podcast. I'll be yo, call me. Seriously. I'll be yo, call me. And I'll get on the phone and I'll actually talk to people these are mostly American Jews, who are having conversations around their belief in the state of Israel and who are trying to connect and communicate with me, somebody whose positions they respect, and they also know that early on in higher learning, we had a lot of conversations about anti-Semitism because
Yeah.
there were a couple of brothers. I'm not gonna bring their names up now. There's no need to drag them through the mud. They were posting some stuff and saying some stuff, and we were having conversations about anti-Semitism on higher learning. And when you talk to them, I think it's important sometimes to have conversations with them because when you talk to them, you can feel the vulnerability that they feel being Jews. You can feel it. You can feel the pain, and you can feel the fear, and you can feel all of that. And there's no amount of statistics or history or anything that I can give them to get them over that fear. Like to get them to see like what is happening and how it's happening. Any information I give them is fake. Any statistic I give them has been cooked. There's like nothing that can be done. I have the conversation so I continue to see the people that I share my community with as people and not as political dogma, and to connect with them and let them know that I want them safe and empowered. But a lot of times, like, we get so deep into it where we just exhaust each other. And so sometimes when I'm having a conversation, how do you deal with the fact that you combat anti-Semitism? And sometimes there is a cultural imperative to...
I still keep pushing through it. And no matter what, I just uncompromising on that, because there are people who...
And you're uncompromising in your belief that like, and you combat the anti-Semitism.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you just got to keep doing that, and no matter what, because there are people who will sometimes say like, you're spending too much time on this. Like you're spending too much time on like addressing anti-Semitism, because it's like, who gives a fuck? People are being slaughtered, right? And it's not like I'm taking time away from that, right? Because every single time I talk about this, even when I bring up anti-Semitism growing in the country, I still connect it back to the propaganda that Israel has done, that it's consistently doing. That even I think I have a unique insight into as someone who's grown up in Turkey, that never really thought about like what it would look like to be Muslim in a place like the United States of America, and then
of course,
have been living here. It's like I always compare it to like if I was running around being like, ISIS is actually fucking awesome, and it represents true Islam, and if you criticize ISIS, you're Islamophobic.
Just
like,
be
can
careful
you
how they can clip you, Hasan.
No, I know. I mean, they clip me all the time. But my point is like, if I was running around saying that shit, that people would understandably be like, what the fuck are you saying? Shut the fuck up. You're an insane person. And the problem is, from the perspective of people who are completely tapped out, who don't have any sort of social investment in Israel whatsoever, and actually are now antagonistic to Israel, that see it for what it is, okay? A very damaging force, a very violent force in this region, a destabilizing force in this region that is consistently demanding unlimited funds from the United States of America. They don't think Israel's a good thing. They don't. So if you are running around still associating yourself and your people with Israel, you are literally leaning into people's, you are teaching people that the wrong thing, this very damaging thing, this very dangerous thing, that like, no, all Jews do care about Israel. And you're putting anti-Zionist Jews in harm's way. You're putting all Jews in harm's way, because then people start thinking twice about every Jewish person that they meet, where they go, oh, this person is like, I bet this person
which is bullshit and unfair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And I don't do that, but I don't expect other people not to do that. I get it. Like, it's just, this is how it is with Islamophobia as well. This is how it is with anti-black racism.
Well, I will say this. I do expect them not to do it though, because like, I remember this, man. I never forget this. Man, I tell you what, bruh. If you were a brown person in South Louisiana post 9/11, you was catching hell. I mean,
yeah,
you was catching hell. And the conversations, and we sprung into action, because I tell you something, bro, about black people. We love somebody else's fight. That's one of our favorite things. We love somebody else's fight. I don't give a fuck what nobody watching this thinks or says. Black people cannot stand to see people treated unfairly.
Yeah.
We do not like that. Like, we do not like to see people treated unfairly. That is why sometimes with some of my brothers that We have conversations about the Trump stuff and stuff like that. That is not in the tradition of blackness. We do not like to see people treated unfairly. We have to have all these talks on campus about Islamophobia, about all of this stuff, about dogma. We have to get very specific and granular about it. This issue with the rise of not with the rise of Fuentes and even the turn that Candance has made as of yet and recently. Like this is direct and vicious, like anti-Semitism that in some sort of way the right has got to contend with this inside of their political movement.
This person says, look, Muslims to ISIS are not what Jews are to Israel at all. 90% of Muslims don't support ISIS, though. 90% of Jews don't support Israel in the way that you think they do. But the fact that you think that, though, okay, but the fact that you think that, I can't even fucking call that into question because every single advocacy group consistently says that and has said that for years and years and years, where it's the most common thing that I hear. Oh, you're anti-Zionist? Well, 90% of Jews love Israel. I guess you hate 90% of Jews. Not realizing that when you say that, you're associating yourself with a country that you have no fucking real connection to because you live here. You don't live in fucking Israel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe at most you have like extended family there or some shit, but like you chose to live here and you didn't choose to live there. Israel certainly wants you to live there if you're Jewish, right? Israel wants you to live there so bad that they'll give you benefits to live there. They got fucking free healthcare over there too. And you can get like cheap real estate as well off of stolen Palestinian land. And you still choose to live in fucking Boca Raton. So clearly you're American, okay? Mm-hmm. You're not Israel first. You're American first. Even if you think, even if you've been conditioned into thinking like, oh no, I really have to defend Israel for one reason or another. And what's frustrating about this concept is when every single like advocacy group is still presenting that as a fact because they just cannot comprehend that Americans by and large have completely, the majority of Americans are like, Israel's not good.
Right.
You know? They lean into and feed into the anti-Semitic conspiracies. And I think that's an important part of this conversation that many people are maybe a little too afraid to have because they don't want to offend anybody. They don't want to come across like
they don't want to. Yeah, they don't want to
come across like they're
vulnerable. Yeah,
they don't want to come across like they're saying like, "Hey, man, like this is partially on you too a little bit, right?" Like because it is. And I say this as like the ISIS comparison is a good one in my opinion because that was a false conflation not brought about by Muslims. No True. Muslim is pro-ISIS. ISIS fucking kills Muslims more than ISIS is aligned with Israel. Mm-hmm. They literally have aligned strategically with Israel. ISIS's primary victims are like the Yazidis, the Muslims, the Christians but they're Arabs, you know? So no Muslim that I've ever met in my entire fucking life has ever been like, ISIS is kind of misunderstood. You know, they don't say that. That's not a thing. And yet that damaging conflation was consistently reinforced through the media over and over again in an effort to foment Islamophobia, in an effort to justify the global war on terror.
Right, to global U.S. hegemony in the region and all of that stuff. Yeah,
exactly. So when I see our Jewish brothers and sisters not realize that like every time they say, no, you don't understand. All Jews actually care about Israel and defend Israel to the fucking hilt, or to try to define what kind of criticism of Israel you can and can't do, okay? And oftentimes get a little heavy-handed with that kind of defense where it kind of feels like you're all lives mattering, Black Lives Matter in many respects, because they'll be like, oh, what about like my feelings? Like, oh, you can't say from the river to the sea because it hurts my feelings. You can't say globalize the intifada because it hurts my feelings. It's like, okay, but your feelings, if your feelings revolve around like defending the sanctity and safety and security of Israel, then fuck your feelings.
Right.
You know, and that's most people don't give a shit about anybody's feelings really. And when you hear that kind of thing over and over again, it reinforces what people are suspecting. It reinforces the nascent anti-Semitic tendencies that a lot of people have
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say like anti-Zionism from an anti-imperialist or an anti-fascist perspective is much more difficult to get Americans on board with than anti-Semitism. That's the unfortunate reality. Americans are way more predisposed to anti-Semitic opinions than they are to like understanding anti-Zionism from a anti-imperialist or anti-fascist perspective.
Well, I'll say this though, to that respect, I mean, you're right, but also criticism of Israel is, at least from a mainstream American perspective, kind of new. It's not new insofar as there haven't always been. I watched George Carlin talk about this. Not the 90s, the 80s, and all of that stuff, but mainstream
Israelis are commandos, Palestinians are terrorists.
Right, like mainstream American criticism. Actually, to be honest with you, having an opinion about Israel at all, like actually just having an opinion other than the opinion that is our greatest ally, special relationship, all of that stuff, that's a relatively new thing.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
Like in terms of it's like, so when I was at TMZ, they got Joan Rivers. And this was, I think it was either 14 or one of the times that there was an exchange. And they got Joan Rivers, and Joan Rivers said, she's like, all the people over there are animals and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, whoa, hold on. I was like, what? And so I was like I was watching everything that she said. She was like, they're all animals. They deserve to be blown up. And I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
So I remember I called my brother and I was like, yo, man, we got this clip of, and I was not lay to what had happened, but like it was, I was like, we got this clip and I can't understand how anyone saying this would be tolerated.
Yeah.
I can't.
No, you can't say that about anybody.
Yeah. Like I can't understand how anyone saying this would be tolerated. Like we're talking about children and all that stuff. I can't see how this would be tolerated. And that is when I began to kind of dive into it from a more direct perspective. Now, it is from way over here a difficult thing, especially as a black man. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. With how I grew up in Baton Rouge and what's going on in Baton Rouge, it is just difficult to keep your eye on something that's going on across the world.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what it is. If it's not directly, the reason why Iraq was easy or Afghanistan was easy for us to keep our eyes on is because I directly knew guys that I had gone to school with that was going over there. So checking on that was checking on them. But other than that, I think that social media and TikTok and all of that stuff has made it easier for people to keep tabs and actually have an opinion on a litany of issues that are geopolitical in nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like with this, I just remember having conversations and talking and just trying to talk to people about it and like not really getting a lot of good-natured, good faith conversations about how someone could say something like that about children being killed and going, oh, this is different.
Yeah. No, I think part of the reason why you tuned into that language is because it's like it's almost like a different version, but not so dissimilar to white supremacist language that you might have encountered or you saw in your own personal experience. But like many white people don't actually see that. You know what I mean? Like they don't hear someone dehumanize an entire region and go, wait a minute, that sounds kind of weird. Like there is a level to it for sure. Like I talk about this from the perspective of like anti-blackness because it's so fundamental to American existence and it's so played such a formative role in designing American society. Indigenous genocide and anti-blackness did that. Like it's both everywhere at the same time, but also there is like no permission for certain versions of anti-blackness now that like if you were to make a certain comparison, for example, to an animal, everyone would know exactly what that is. And most people would actually get mad at you for it. Even people who are like kind of racist white people would probably be like, oh, that's a bridge too far.
Give me an example because I feel like they're going crazy. No, I'm just joking.
Right now, you're right. You're right. No, but
there's crazy right now.
No, you're right. There is a permission structure, and it expands, and it's expanding. The more people actually push the needle, the more comfortable people get. But you're absolutely right. And I feel like because it was so, I call it permissible bigotry, because it was so useful at the time to justify the global war on terror, and it was so new, like the Islamophobia, that there is nothing really that you can say about Muslims that people will turn around and go, oh, that's a bridge too far. Like white Americans who might even like have at different points in their lives said the N-word, if they hear a white American politician say the N-word, they're gonna be like,
it's too much. Yeah,
that's too much.
Yeah.
And that's what
they
I
would,
mean.
They would feel called to decency.
You could say urban, articulate, all this stuff all day, every day, like microaggressions or even macroaggressions beyond that.
Like Laura Loomer says a Shaniqua on her thing. If she was to straight up and say what she really means, she probably see.
Yeah. And even that, I think, maybe like 5 years ago would have been seen as unacceptable.
No, Shaniqua. Well, you guys understand. We're on the road to nigger. Like we're on the like the Shaniqua thing directly like that.
And they are doing that.
That's an escalation. Like that is an escalation. And then like that person, they're laughing. That person gets invited to the White House. That person is in the White House talking to the president.
Yeah, Trump said she was a free spirit.
Like a free spirit, like that. Like she is
crazy.
She is she is directly in a vile in a way that to me is even under discussed because people are, I guess, more popular than her. Or maybe, I mean, not even outviling her. She's a disgusted, wretched witch.
Yeah.
A cauldron of hate. And to me, it's like
there was the lady that called the 5-year-old black child the N-word with a hard R and fucking fundraised like $1 million.
Everybody got on her, and then we're watching conversations on Piers Morgan. Well, shouldn't we just let it go? Nah, we're not trying to let it go. The word itself, is a flashpoint word, a descriptor of something that's subhuman and does not have value. Yeah. So we can't let y'all just get to the point of going, you should fucking toughen up. No, you should want to be in community with people and not say things that directly remind them that they were not humans for a long time. And
no, it's demonic almost, where it's like if you let it in even a little bit, if you don't check it in real time, then it becomes more normal. Right. And slowly but surely, you just like, it's a constant struggle where it's like chipping away. That's how I feel like.
Is Jink here? I see a whole big people. Is Jink coming?
Oh, he might be actually. Have you met him before?
I never met him. I met Anna.
How many times do you think he said it?
Jink?
He grew up here. He grew up in America.
Bro, I could tell Jink let it roll off the top.
I don't know.
You know what I like about Jink? What is it like to like be at Thanksgiving with Jink?
Oh, we do it. We call it Janksgiving, where we debate.
You and Jink debate?
Oh, every year.
Can I do a Jink impression?
No, let's do it. Let's hear it.
You guys, you don't want to talk to MAGA. You don't want to talk to MAGA. You just want, I'm pure. I'm pure. I'm so pure. I'm so right. That's not the way you get through to people. That's not the way you make friends with people. Oh, I'm so right. I'm the person. That's how.
His kids are here, man.
It's funny to me. It's funny to me.
No, I know. It was pretty good.
Man, it's funny to me. I watch that shit. I'm like, God damn. I'll be watching Jink cook, and I'll be like, God damn, Jink, calm down, bro. You gonna be okay?
We got so many jank emotes.
Yeah, it's like you. I'm like, dog, like you a man of a certain age. Chill, like you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Don't get your blood pressure up like that. You chilling.
No, I feel you. But yeah, we debate on we've in the last like I would say 4 years and 5 years, like we've definitely had a lot of disagreements on certain issues. But that's why we try to hash it out.
I'll tell you something. Can I be real with you though?
Yeah, what's up?
And I watch because I haven't been able to exercise the TMZ out of me, right? So like, I like mess. Fuck it.
You like mess?
I like mess.
Oh yeah.
So the mess on the right, I almost don't want to.
I love it.
I almost don't want to criticize any of the people on the right anymore.
I like pushing. I like pushing and pulling, but like in a way where I'm like, yo, Candace, like, it feels weird that you got back from this secretive meeting and you didn't even film it. Like, what's going on?
What happened, Candace? You losing your shit? Like,
I'm not like too heavy-handed with it, but every now and then I was just like, if I'm ever gonna tap the glass, I'll do it in a way where it's like, Candace, I was there with you. Like, I'm on board.
Tap the glass. You say Candace behind the glass, or she an animal? That's crazy.
No,
anyway, no. I feel you. That's
what we call it.
Inward count just went
That's
up.
what we call it. We call it tapping the glass when you're like looking at people from observing it from afar.
I got you. So I almost don't want to get involved with them. I'm like, let them fight.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that, like, when I watch the shit that's happening on the left too, that was good for a very long time at all. I watched that channel, The Vanguard. You know those guys?
Yeah.
You don't fuck with them.
No. I have no issue with them. No,
So,
they're chill. I like them.
I watch them and I watch all of the stuff. But I will say this.
You are tapped in.
Bro,
You are so tapped in.
The
Vanguard?
Hold on.
That's crazy.
The Vanguard, Kyle, Breaking Points. Saga's my favorite person on the right in the whole world. Saga don't want you to smoke weed. Saga don't want you to watch porn. Saga don't want you to gamble.
I did a thing with him.
Saga wants you to stay in the fucking thing. Saga's my favorite guy on the right.
I did a thing with him at the New Yorker magazine because they profiled both of us and like we were speaking, and I could not believe it. He is so. I mean, I DM'd him the other day. I was like, listen, with the gambling stuff, like I don't agree with you in terms of like any sort of abolition whatsoever, but like I do the gambling stuff.
The gambling stuff, he's right about. He's right about.
It's so bad, dude.
But I say all this to say that, talk about all of the different things, and I know people have their opinions about TYT, but the shit, for me, the first person I ever saw on TV talking that leftist shit, I'm like, who is this man?
Oh, Jank?
It was Jank.
Yeah.
So
a lot of people don't know that. Oh.
What the fuck is this?
They're making fun of me. This was you months ago. Yo, Elon Musk, pull up if you really want to make Trump mad.
Oh, you're trying to get him on the
I was trying to, yeah.
You're trying to get him on the fucking
I was trying to get him on the stream because he was like,
have you had righties on the stream? Who from the right has come on the stream?
Christian Walker.
I don't know who the fuck that is.
He's Herschel Walker Jr.'s son.
Oh, I do know who that is.
He's gay. He's like messy. He's also messy. But he's like woke now, I think. I don't fucking know.
You know why he turned?
Why?
That's an interesting story. So he was a cheerleader, right?
Yeah.
So when I was working at TMZ Sports, we would do stories about Herschel Walker was so supportive of the cheerleader son that he had and all that stuff. He ended up becoming Christian. But telling you, Herschel was trying to act like.
Wait, one second. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on 1 second. There's so many. There's so much commotion going on out there, so I had to mud it.
Hasan just looked into the living room and went, "Yo, shut the fuck up. We got business going on in this bitch." But Herschel was trying to act like he was super dad when he was running, and Christian was like, "Nah, treated my mom like shit."
That's true. That is true. He did do that. There was there's that. I guess I've had like, Bradley Martin on. I've had like a bunch of like the apolitical guys on that are, that were pro-Trump. So, there is that.
I don't know who none of these motherfuckers is.
Yeah, they're like podcasters. They're podcasters.
What do he do?
He's like a big fucking
like swole
roid head, swole.
Oh wait, is he he interviewed Nick Fuentes?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So I did see that.
Well, this was before then, and I've had Asmongold on. Do you know who that is?
Nah, who that?
Don't worry about it.
Asmongold? Who is Asmongold? This is not a diss, by the way. I watch stuff on the right. I do. I've been watching a lot more stuff on the right lately. I've been watching like a lot of stuff on the right, but I don't know Asmongold.
I was just watching a video on him before you got here.
That's him right there?
Yeah, it's this guy.
Asmongold. What's up with his nose?
I don't know.
His shit, like he like a boxer. His shit goes straight down.
This is the guy, but it's fine. It's better off. You're better off not knowing.
Is he good? Is he good? Some of these people are good.
He's
some of these people are good. Some of these people are good at talking. They're good. Some of these people are good.
I don't know about that. But
some of these people are good communicators. They get their points across really well. Some of these people are good at what they do.
I wouldn't say he's one of those.
You're not
people.
saying so. He's not one of them ones. Okay,
he's not one of the people that I would say is good. Tell him about the rat. No, I'm not gonna. No, I don't want to poison your brain with like his background. It's fine. If you don't know, you don't know. It's all good.
Just tell me. Can somebody just tell me what happened? Why treat me like a child? A 45-year-old man.
I'm here. He had a dead rat as an alarm clock. When the sun would shine on the rat, it would smell really bad, and he used that as an alarm clock for a very long time. He had a blood wall where he would, because his teeth were fucking rotting in his mouth.
So he's fucking insane.
Yeah, he's
Aw,
not.
Poor baby.
But he.
No,
people love him.
No, it's okay. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Here, look,
see, these are the only.
Oh.
There's a roach that flies on him.
No.
Oh shit! He's on my belly. Look at him. He's right there.
No.
Oh god.
Listen.
Get him on me.
It's an
What
actual
you doing,
roach.
bro? Get out of my. Get
He
going.
just grabbed it with his hand.
So I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. This is where the conservative comes out in me. Okay. Because I'm calling the FBI. I'm getting law enforcement. I'm getting law enforcement involved because I just don't believe that we're not gonna get something bad about this guy in the future.
Yeah.
Like at some point, I'm gonna see if Cash Patel can handle this. Like
He
Cash,
can't handle shit.
I'm gonna see, but he might be able to handle what's
Bro,
his name?
Cash Patel-
Asthma nigga.
Asmongold. Cash
Asmongold.
Patel's gonna make him the deputy director of the FBI. He's gonna be like, we need a new one. Dan Bongino's gone.
Is he popular? For real? He's going crazy like that? See, I can't hate.
He's
like,
the most.
These guys are kicking my ass.
He's the most. He's the most popular.
4 million
Oh,
subscribers.
that's not it. That's not just the
Get
only
the
part.
fuck out of
Look,
here.
look.
Asmongold is going crazy.
Every day, he used to be even when Trump was really popping, when he first got elected. Every day he would have like 1 to 2 million views on every single video. Since he shits on me all the time. Look. Hasan gets instantly shut down by China.
China shut you
1
down?
million. No,
That's
of course
crazy.
not. It's all fucking bullshit.
That's crazy.
It's all like exaggerated bullshit
Shout out Beijing.
that
though.
go along with the narrative. But basically, when Trump was really popping, he had like 1 million every video. But now that Trump is actually getting, he's losing some favor. He's also kind of losing his. This is serious, and I must address this now. 1.5 million views.
How have I never heard of this guy? This
It's
guy's
over.
gigantic.
Yeah, I think there is. This is like an entirely different. You go outside, and this is basically like an entirely different world.
Interesting.
Yeah, his clip channel's even worse. Every day, new vid on you. Yeah, he also does the whole like, this is fucking crazy. This is one hell of a fuck up. It's like all the he's finished. Watch me 3 minutes. Like all these clips.
there you go. Right, that's 2 days ago.
Yeah, he does like AI videos of me, like or AI photos of me on his thumbnails. Look, I used to pray for times like this, me crying. Oh my God, he does it so much.
This is so fucking pathetic. He's got, so if we look at it now, that's at least 5 videos on you. That's you dressed up, you in the maze outfit right there?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
In Japan.
What was the purpose of that?
I went to a maid cafe, and we dressed up as cat ladies. But yeah, Pokemon mods turn against her. Sydney Sweeney just capitulated.
Nah.
So
Hold
it's
on,
a lot
hold
of
on.
like
Pause. Let's go back to the thing. So click on the video. Let me see it real quick.
So what is this here? XQC shows why not a single clip of him, Asmongold, or any other streamers Hasan is known to dislike was featured during the entire Streamer Awards. Somebody said this is because it was like his
What he
editor.
was doing in the maid cafe. So what happens in the maid cafe?
Throughout the show, and people noticed how there were several moments taken from Hasan's stream, even though he wasn't
Hasan.
nominated for one singular thing.
So you go to the maid cafe and what happens? I want to know the whole experience.
Oh, we served customers as maids in Japan.
Yo, that picture is fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
That's-
I know. I did it. I did it on stream.
There you
Yeah,
go.
here it is. We walked through Tokyo as maids.
Wait, they want Kaya? Yeah. I'm already committed to
the Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa.
So who's that with you?
As Will as my best friend.
Okay, Will.
And then
Oh, I get it. This is a okay.
Yeah, this is my this is we had a couple special guests here that we were serving, but these were like actual girls that work at the main cafe that were teaching us what to do, and these are my podcast co-hosts.
So
That's Kaho Shibuya. She's a former adult Japanese adult video
JV?
actress. Yeah. She's dope. But yeah, we did that. We were serving.
Because here's the
And
thing
then we went to a
little
capybara cafe. Yeah, cat capybara cafe.
I want to say something to the JAV community.
All right, talk to him.
My imagination is crazy. You're not hiding nothing. Okay. I just want y'all to know. I want my imagination, that little
They're
digital.
calling you freaky unk now.
I don't give a fuck. That little digital, that's some of the, it's almost better because they blur that little part. I think they know what they're doing. Like, it's the whole thing.
I disagree vehemently.
I think for some reason, for me, it's almost better because that little part is blurred. I'm like, what's going on there? Like, what's the
hate that.
science?
I hate that. And I think like they're just kind of stuck because no one can be the one guy that says, hey, this is kind of stupid. We should just like uncensor these dicks and pussies, right? Like, because everyone will be like, you're creepy. Why would you? Who's going to make that?
Wait, no.
Which Japanese
Hasan,
politician is going to make that their primary focus?
Hasan,
no one.
This is the I've never disagreed with anyone more on anything recently. I'll tell you why.
What?
Let me tell you why. Those videos are so freaky. Like,
I don't really like it.
The videos are so freaked out. Like, so it's like 50 people on a bus, on a train, and one guy going next to a girl going, Like, the videos are so freaky. They so freaked out that no one is going to be called a freak for uncensoring this shit. When it's like,
oh yeah, I agree. Okay,
yeah,
you're
like
not
nobody's
wrong.
gonna be called a freak when it's like,
I do.
It's like one dude. It's like the videos are so weird. It's like one dude. It's a girl on the bus, and she's like, oh, and he's like, ah, and they're going crazy. Like, that's the least freaky thing, is the actual showing of the sex. Everything that gets up to
That's true.
is so fucking crazy.
But I don't see. That's the thing. First of all, you're too tapped in. Okay, you're too tapped in. It's just, you gotta dial it back. Okay, but also, I agree with what you're saying, and that's kind of the reason why I don't really fuck with Jav like that, because it's just like, there's beautiful women. Women are beautiful. All
she
women.
cold right here.
All women
What's her
are.
name again?
Shibuya, Kaho Shibuya.
Can you spell that real quick?
Okay, I don't think she has stuff anymore. She doesn't do it anymore. But listen,
But I mean, even the
good.
old shit is
She's
probably
good.
still on there.
She's a good friend of mine. But
oh, daddy.
so what I was gonna say is, like, the thing that I don't really vibe with when I have watched it is just like, the women just look like they're not having a good time at all. You know what I mean? I'm not like, this is not like,
It's so sad that I've never considered that, but
I'm
you're right.
not being like Mr. Feminist here at all. Obviously, like, there's going to be plenty of people who get mad at me regardless for even mentioning porn, because there's a lot of Puritans out there. I'm not one of them, but they just look sad, and I don't understand it. I'm like, I can't, like, I feel like I've tried to jerk off to it. I'm like, this doesn't work for me.
Hold on for a second.
And then there's also the little like nipple licking and stuff. I feel like it's too timid as well.
I have a friend that wants to get unbanned.
Okay. Oh yeah. This was before I let you go, because we're an hour post.
Yeah, my bad.
Past the point, but it's all good. The conversation was great. So you have a friend. We were gonna do ban appeals today. You have a friend who was banned. Let's take a look. What is their username?
I don't know. She hasn't given me the username before. Yeah,
Is she embarrassed?
I don't know if she's embarrassed. I don't know if she's embarrassed, but she said, "Can you ask Hasan to unban me?" She said that apparently she was drunk, and then she said some dumb shit on the night of the Charlie Kirk assassination, which is a crazy sentence in and of itself.
Okay, what did she? Oh, okay.
Oh, her name is Bobby2555.
How do you spell it?
It's BOBBI 25535. She's banned apparently.
3 5s.
Yeah, Bobby. She looks like she's banned.
What? What is she?
She's saying
there's
that
there's only a mock. Was in a bad drunken state during a stressful move. I think this was maybe maybe a day.
So wait,
or
you're
two
looking
after.
at all of the stuff about how people you can pull that up that quick, why people were banned.
Yeah. Wasn't a bad drunken state during a stressful move. I think this was maybe day or two after Chuck Kirk shooting. We all saw sober now. Won't be so crazy again. Apologies. Okay, that's a pretty good apology.
Yeah.
What did she say? Why is no one talking about the trauma watching the clear, horrible, unedited version of seeing this causes? The only thing that ever made my body react to seeing this on my timeline in a similar way was the first time I saw the unedited version of the Clint Malarchuk neck slash footage from 1989.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know either. I think that footage is going to mess up anyone who saw the first video in the first hour or two. No, why did they let him talk? Sorry. I need to stop being so mean. Who it was makes no difference, truly. XOXOXO. Sorry, ignore me, please. I know there's a room where I'm happy. Let me in. Would you ever have Dermot Kennedy on the stream? I think you would get along
Who's
well.
Dermot Kennedy?
I don't know.
I thought that said Dom Kennedy. Shout out.
Oh, damn. That angle. Them balls, lol.
Is that towards you?
I don't know. I have no idea. I told my coworker while cleaning a
Okay,
client's...
she's asking for you to stop.
And she did not believe me. I just gave her...
She's asking for you to stop. Let's just do this. She's asking for you to stop. Just like, can we just get the unban? Just one unban. Just one unban. Just that's like. She's asking for you to stop.
Okay. I unban.
That's an unban. That's an unban. That's an unban right there. That's an unban.
All right, we did it. We got Freaky Unk to get you unbanned. Okay. All right. Well, I gotta go because my family's here.
Everybody's here. Hey, this was fun, man.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and I'm gonna be doing your podcast as well.
Of course. Come on the pod.
I'm very stoked on that.
Maybe you can take Rachel out on a date.
Who?
Rachel, my podcast co-host.
I don't know about that, but
maybe you can take a look, pull up her picture. Maybe you can take Rachel out on a date. Maybe
we'll see. I'll let you try to convince me on that. How about that when we do the pod?
Yeah, I think yeah. Okay, you come out. Higher Learning Podcast. You guys, Higher Learning. Come hang out with us. We have fun. The whole nine. I don't know what this is right here. What's this?
This is outro music. But go ahead. Where can people find you? Keep going. They can't see it yet.
Van Lathan. At Van Lathan. VanLathan. Instagram, Twitter. I guess I'm on Threads. I didn't even know I was on there. A lot of fun. Peace. I hope to come back, man. This was fun.
No, absolutely.
No problem,
anytime.
brother. Peace.
All right, everybody. Love you all. I'm going to go spend some time with my family now, but I'll see you tomorrow for Socialismus. I'm going to be going through your Amazon wish list and gifting you guys. And once again, thank you, Van, so much for coming on.
No problem.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.